There's one massive mistake that so many people are making in the events world today, and I reckon it's going to be very easy for them to solve. Hi, everyone. Warwick Merry here, triple certified award winning event host. And it's such an easy fix that I wanted to talk about. And it's been happening for a while. There's been a whole lot of conversation about it. And it's not just in events, but it's a really easy fix in events. And it was really highlighted during COVID because of the way we went to online and hybrid, etc. So let me to you what it's about. Of course, it is inclusion. Now, you're probably thinking to yourself, how the heck are speakers messing up inclusion? Well, let's talk about two elements, all right? So there's the speakers and then there's the event organizers. Number one, let's talk about speakers. It's in their language. Over the last couple of months, I've been to many events, and there's been speakers and moderators who will very commonly say, ladies and gentlemen. Now, can I tell you, I love ladies and gentlemen. I love the ringmasters, ladies and gentlemen. And it almost kills me that it's just not appropriate to use it anymore because it's exclusive. The word that all events need to have as their number one guiding light is inclusion. And this is because we want to make sure that everybody feels comfortable, feels welcomed, feels part of the event that's going on. So using terms like ladies and gentlemen are exclusive because there are some people who don't identify. In same as using the term guys. For whatever reason, it's a word that grates with me, particularly when women say it. We were in, my wife and I went to a shop, and there was an attendant there who appeared female and said, guys, anything you need any help with? And there's some reason it grates on me. There are better words. And that's the thing. I think we need to lift our game as speakers, presenters, moderators, hosts, facilitators, lift our game. There are better words that are far more inclusive. I know over the next 4 days, or next week, I'll be hosting I'll be hosting a trade show for manufacturing. So I've got to come up with collective terms for everyone who's going to be there. So I'm going with legends of manufacturing, family and friends of the manufacturing industry. It's something that includes everybody. So think about it for yourself. What is a term that's going to be inclusive? The same can be said for event organizers. How do we make it inclusive? Now, this particularly came about when we were doing hybrid, because you'd have the online experience and the face-to-face experience, and often one audience felt left out, because we'd have our, event, all the face-to-face stuff. Hey, turn to the person next to you. What an amazing morning tea. And the people online are like, yeah, I've just got dry biscuits and cat food. So how do we make it inclusive? What do we need to do to go, okay, there's two distinct audiences here. We need to treat them differently and do something special for each one. So it means that as part of the planning process, how can we be more inclusive? How can we make sure everyone is having the best possible time? Are there certain things that we need to do? Are there certain things that we can do beforehand, things we can send out? Maybe some using QR codes so everyone uses their phone, whether you're in the audience or online, you can scan the QR code and participate. What are some of the things that we can do to be inclusive? So it's not just the speakers and the language, it's the process and the way we think about our events. What can we do to make sure everyone's having a good time, regardless of their modality? Now, whether that's, being able to have a service that does the automatic captions across the bottom for people who need to be able to read, whether there's some, audio descriptors for people who can't see, like, what are some of the things that we can do? In the brave new world where technology does amazing stuff, I don't know if you've even looked into some of the whiz-bang stuff that AI is doing. We have the tools and the opportunity to get everybody involved. Let's do that and start at the planning phase. And again, it's about, how do we need to raise our skill set to be more inclusive, to be more accepting of where everyone's at and meet them there. It's just a quick rant talking to you about inclusion and the things that we need to do. At the very least, look at your language. How can we use better language? Now, I'm not saying let's get all politically correct and, I can't say that word. What I'm saying is consider your audience, and the audience are what rules at all events. So how do we make sure that they feel loved and welcomed? And inclusive language is a great way to do it. So stop using ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, it's become a reflex. I know for a lot of speakers, they say ladies and gentlemen because they just think they're on it. Do better. I know some people use folks. I really hate that word, but that's just a cultural thing for me. It's just, I don't like it. So find something that works for you, that includes everyone and makes everyone feel welcome. And look at how you can use language and in the way that you're planning the things that you're doing in your sessions, either as a presenter or as an event organizer. How can they be more inclusive? How can everyone participate in some way so that they're included in what's going on? I'm really interested. What have you done to take your inclusiveness to the next level? How have you got better at inclusive? Put a comment in the chat and let me know. If you're an event organizer and this is something that you want to talk about further, I've got a session coming up on May the, I want to say 19th, could be 15th. It's a Friday, I know that much. Anyway, let me know in the chat if you're an event organizer. This is solely focused on event organizers. If you want to be part of that conversation, put a comment in the chat and I'll send you the invite and the details on the day. Thanks for being with me today. It's always a great joy in talking about how we can make events awesome. And I'm all about making events awesome. Thanks for being here. I'll be back next Thursday, 9 a.m. End of the live stream dance. Hooray. So good to be here. Now it's time to go and do other things. All right, off you go.